and you could talk freely, and it doesn't really matter to me. It's pretty shy.
I mean, man, I kind of want to try deep frying more things. I did this deep fried potatoes recipe using this what is it? This paprika, smoky paprika sauce. It's like something out of tapas. But the frying method is really interesting. Normally they do it double deep fry to get it like a crispy coating. But this one you do you do a single deep fry, but beforehand you parboil it in alkaline water. So you add a bit of baking soda, and then you drain the potatoes and you toss them with rock salt. The parboiling with alkaline water and brings out a lot of the starch, and then tossing it with the salt roughs up the surface. So you get these incredibly starch-covered surfaces for the potatoes. And then when you deep fry them, you get like a super crispy shell.
You guys want to know what the weirdest product I found last week was?
I'm worried, but okay.
Yes.
One of the weirdest products ever that I don't know who would want this as a market, or why anyone would purchase it. You know, all the different smells of deodorant you can get, all the nice smelling ones. I found one that's designed to smell like tobacco.
Some people like that smell.
Yeah.
Why?
Especially if it's like pipe tobacco. Pipe tobacco.
Two commendations.
No.
I've noticed a couple people who smoke that. And
I sprayed it on my arm just to see, and it smelled like cigarette tobacco.
Ugh.
It smelled like old, stale cigarettes.
That's exactly what I want to smell like.
Right?
Yeah, that one I can't see then.
And varnish.
I loathe the smell of smoking in cigarettes, but I've known a couple people who smoke pipes. It's like, I'm still not a huge fan of this, but there's an element of it that's not unpleasant.
Yeah, imagine old cigarettes. See, I was about to use the UK version there, but I thought I'm the only British person here.
I would have a
bit of fiber, not to say.
I would have a moment of shock and surprise, followed by remembering, and then be like, "Oh, yeah, I guess that makes sense. That's kind of funny."
It's I thought I'd try it just to see, and I thought the whole point of deodorant is to get rid of the smell, not to add it.
Well, at least it's not like garlic smelling deodorant.
Oh my god, I want that.
And I'm remembering that one bit from Arrested Development.
I want garlic smelling deodorant.
So the vampires don't get you?
Yeah, there you go.
I know people who would go for that.
Well, then you just go to Nana's house and you dab a little bit of the gravy on your wrist, right?
I thought you were going a very different place with that, and I'm glad that that's the way you went.
I want to see. I want to see Chili.
Something vintage goods.
Chili visits Eastern Europe, and he's just wearing garlic cologne. He's just like, that's to protect me from the vampires.
Hello, Chili. He's wearing the garlic. Lord help us all.
Yeah.
Did it get shared, or do you still need to share it out?
I got shared. I shared the.
Okay,
wonderful. Shared.
Tomorrow's Persona, though I don't have any money, so Wednesday, a couple of days is Persona.
I'm contemplating, do I want to buy it or not? I don't know. I'm probably gonna wait until it goes on sale next.
I might try and stream it, but it depends if I can get the Elgato working.
God, I still have Horizon, Final Fantasy 15, World of Final Fantasy, GTA 5.
I feel like I'm most of the way through World of Final Fantasy at this point.
I've also got new MMO that I won a competition of PlayStation Universe for.
The characters are pretty fun. I actually like their interactions.
Was it a 1, 2, 3 not it game and you were the last one?
No, I did a retweet, just to promote it, and they didn't realize I'd changed my Twitter handle to Lava Scorpion, so entered me into the competition.
Oh dear. Wait, did you just admit malfeasance on a live stream?
Hey, I admitted it. I admitted It was an accident. They didn't even know it was me. So
And this is why you're never going into politics.
It's funny though.
Because
He-
he's too
he-
honest.
He's been praying Lava Scorpion and he wins the he wins it was a contest that he wasn't supposed to enter anyway. And he did and he won.
I have no idea what. I think this is like one of those things that wraps it back around to comedic.
This is why you praise Lava Scorpion.
yeah, you win stuff that you weren't even supposed to be able to win.
I get fired if I pulled that, punk.
Well, I did contact them afterwards, telling them that it was me, and they just said, it's okay. We've got 23 more to give away, so.
Uh,
Can you say what game it is?
Oh, yeah, Skyforge. It's an action MMO. It's free to play. You can purchase the early access right now, and that's what I got the code for. But it'll be free completely from the 11th of April, I think it is.
probably not
So
as
far,
big a
it's
deal for
just
them, I
weird.
guess.
It's not bad, but it's just not. It's just a very. If you like hack and slash games, it plays like that. It doesn't play like an RPG at all. Hell, in 2 hours, I maxed out the character's abilities.
All right.
All his abilities unlocked.
Two
That sounds kinda
important
boring.
questions. Is
Yeah,
there a forge, and is it in the sky?
So far, no. I'm disappointed. There is no crafting at all, so there's no forges.
I mean, forges don't have to be exclusively for crafting.
Yeah, and it
But
could be
there's
a
no
metaphorical forge.
No.
Or
I've seen-
it could be a forgery.
Exactly. As long
No.
as it's being done in the sky, that bit can't be a metaphor.
Well, I think we're in the sky a lot, so there is a lot of sky, but I haven't seen any forges yet.
Hmm.
I know that Gary's been playing in. He said he keeps saying that he finds nobody online. Then I have to send him screenshots because all I can do is walk into people. So yeah, I think his server's broken.
Hmm.
Normally, you're the one who breaks the servers.
Maybe he broke the servers by causing them to be populated with life, like AI singularity shit. Way to cause the singularity, Chili.
No, that
Well,
sounds
he's already
scary
caused-
this time. Maybe Chili's rubbing off on Gary. God damn it.
Don't make me
I don't
pick
know
out
what that-
Mr. Sound.
No, he needs to stay.
He does indeed.
I don't know what that was, but I want to apologize to it. Or
It's a good thing. Also, somebody just tweeted out that, and I don't know where they heard this, but with Stormblood not requiring completion of Heavensward, I still wonder how level requirements are going to work.
Oh, it did require it.
It
It
does,
requires
right?
a certain part of it.
Yeah.
They're gonna,
Uh,
but they're gonna change something.
So my
about it?
understanding is that Red Mage and Samurai do not require it. They just require level 50, like
Yeah.
the job access. But
Yeah.
the
Well, they
story
don't
will
even
require.
require level 50. They just Red Mage and Samurai just require you to be. Well, I guess you are level 50, but it requires you to be the 2.0 story. Not any parts of the patches, just the original 2.0.
Interesting. Holy crap! People are still liking that post from back in December where we posted the explanation on all the different Final Fantasies.
Yeah.
It's still going around,
Welcome to the internet.
right?
Kind of disappointed that some of our images aren't going around still. More people need Cyborg Lalafels and Pete as a potato.
Well, we can bring that back out. I mean, it lives on in our emojis. Did you guys take it over here too?
Oh, that's
Not-
true.
not-
No, we don't.
Not yet.
You know how to add them though, right?
Yeah, oh yeah. his own.
Gotcha. Just double checking.
For some reason, I heard you say double check in, and I was like, "Is that a hoe check but with beards?" I don't know where any of that came from, and I apologize for it.
It's just the Sarah we know and love, or something like that.
Love is a little bit strong of a word here. Tolerate me.
We lost
Oh.
our chili.
Or maybe we were. Never mind.
We did lose Chili.
He just tweeted out, and then his internet probably just died.
Twitter broke his internet.
Sounds about right.
Come check out Maelstrom and leaves. He's got to check it out. That's what he's checking.
Oh, yeah, he's breaking things.
Your mom is breaking things, like hearts, because she's so sexy.
Fair warning. I wrote intros for everybody.
Oh God.
That's my general reaction every week.
Yeah. Everyone's good. I wrote one for Luna, but you know, I may read it.
Yeah, read it. She'll get a kick out of it.
Oh yeah.
And featuring Luna, who's not here. But anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's got family time right now, so
Lady not appearing in this podcast.
yes.
Like, go for the Monty Python reference. Go for the Monty Python reference that isn't quite as played out as all the other Monty Python references.
I even went for a Monty Python reference when I got a expired link.
Huge tracts of land. Well, let's see. Shin's probably gonna shake his head at his and
Every
facepalm. Oh, don't worry, buddy. Yours is about the highest grade quality. Chili's is fantastic.
Don't even introduce him as Chili. Just introduce him as Lava Scorpion.
Oh no, it's too good.
Oh dear.
It's whenever he does. Oh, here he is. Hi, Chili. Welcome back.
Yeah, thank you. Sorry, I'm trying to advertise it. I'm putting on Ultra's Facebook as well. Oh my god, you know the hosts? I didn't know that.
I do.
Wow. I don't know if I would admit that publicly.
It's okay. Scalia and Fusion X are arguing about joining the Gurlians. And they're like,
Oh yeah, that was amazing. Well,
they're like, yeah, like the throwing the party. I was like, I killed a dragon for cheese.
Meowth just retweeted me. Thank you, Meowth.
She may not. Oh, maybe she is listening. Hold on. She'll retreat, but she ain't. She's probably watching anime.
I would retreat from this too.
I'm trying to find
You can't shake your head. You're my co-host.
Doesn't change the fact.
Sarah shakes his head all the time.
You're too deep. You're in
I'm
too
shaking
deep
my
now.
head. Yes, I'm agreeing with you guys.
You're in too deep now. You took a pill. Now you're here.
You're gonna love this tweet.
I already got our show one. Oh, that's beautiful.
Speaking of bringing back good King Flatus Spud.
Oh my god, I'm gonna see that in my nightmares.
What, you didn't see that when I first created it a month ago?
No.
This is why we need to spread it more.
That
Yeah.
was a very problematic sentence in this context.
Yeah, it's great. It's a great King Mooglespud.
No, that's
I
great
can't
King Flatus
unsee
Spud.
that.
Yeah, I mean, it's my fault really, because a lot of people started chanting my name, and I just was summoned like a primal out of nowhere.
All we need now is one for Chili with Lava Scorpion.
And the people's fervent beliefs about you include having you as a potato?
Yes.
Listen,
Well, wasn't that discussion initially somebody still wanted to combine a potato with good King Moggle. So I
Yeah,
did
great.
that.
Yeah.
And then Flatus wanted to see his face on it for some reason.
that's not true. That part, I'll
Yes,
deny
it
that part.
is. So maybe go back to the podcast.
We're
Laura-
recording when that happened, so whatever
Chance.
happened, it's out there.
Yep, it was done live during that show.
You know, the more I learn about the apparent fervent desires of the Eorzeans and the primals they summon, it's like, maybe we should just let the Garleans clean things up here.
Yeah, could get
Maybe
me.
the Garleans are onto something.
How much worse could it be?
I don't know. Look at that abomination on your screen and tell me.
I mean,
I
It's
walked
a
spoiler
close the
cast is
window.
next week, but
See, that's just a failed elegant experiment right there.
The window, but I can't look
It's a
away.
little bit, yeah, it's a
You
little
say
bit.
failed, I say successful.
Yeah. Remember Ghostbusters where they told him like don't think about anything, and then Ray thinks it's Stay Puft Marshmallow? It's kind of like that, like where like someone was like nobody think of anything, and all of a sudden my face ended up on that. Now imagine it like 50 foot tall and just coming down a city street in New York.
Oh God, please no.
Good King Flatus Spud. Good King Spud.
Tater to
Fine,
all the
and
land.
Starchy, Lord.
Yeah. Have like
It's the
have
Malafell primal.
yeah, they'll have like little tater tots dancing around me. It'd be great.
And waffle fries.
Yeah.
It's the Lalafell primal.
Yeah. It's good stuff.
That is a word one could use.
many words one can use.
Where
Come on,
can I
I'm
f-
proud of that 5 minutes of work.
As
It's
am I.
good to have dreams.
It's good to crush dreams.
That too.
Shouldn't I type the question in?
Do we have to do it this episode?
We said we'd do it this episode.
Yeah, don't forget you said you were going to talk about an email at the start of the.
I can read it.
Must-do
It's
emails.
I'm going to cut it to the end.
all right.
Oh, okay. But I need to go be right back before we start.
Yeah, go ahead.
So we'll go through our quick intros, mail memories. Do we have any memories? I don't think so.
We could skip memories. We could just do recruiting for FC. I'm gonna do static and FC.
I would leave the static out for now.
Oh, May. Yeah, it's down there. It's down there. What month?
Memories? I don't remember.
Also, hey, are we doing spoiler next week? Or are we doing our other one next week? I thought we were doing the other one next week, and then doing spoiler the following week. 'Cause
Yeah,
if not, I'll-
17th, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because 10 would be next week would be 2 weeks, and then the following week, yeah.
So should I reschedule with him? Because I told him the 10th.
No. Yeah, 10 would be our 2 weeks, which we'd have to do it after the 10th, because technically the 11th would be our 2 weeks.
Yeah. All right, makes sense. Good, because he's sending me
Yeah,
the
we'll do
doc
it
tonight. He's sending me the doc tonight, so I'll get those show notes up this week.
Yay!
I know. Trick people into doing our show notes for us.
Oh, you mean kind of like what we did this week?
Yeah.
I thought you guys wrote most of these show notes.
That's
Most
what
of
I
it.
said.
Oh, yeah.
Most of it.
Wait,
See,
aren't
see-
I the one who wrote a lot of that?
see, Shin. The idea
Yep.
is to get big enough that other people start doing the work for you, and then you take the credit for these. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I'm slightly
Not
concerned
really.
here.
Bow down to your Moogle Leaf Spud Lord.
It's okay. He's already
If I just
outsources
write-
most of the show notes to me, so I'm glad that someone else had them today.
If I write the show notes in the future, can I just skip the whole bowing to the potato thing?
Sure.
Deal.
As long as you mentally think of it the entire time you're writing them.
We're gonna have some really weird show notes, guys. I'm sorry.
I don't think you can out weird the whole of Maelstrom.
Well, you can, Sarah, you can turn them into croquettes.
Ooh.
Hmm.
As long as they're not mystery meat croquettes, we're good.
Nah, and then
Unless
I can also
that's
do
your thing.
potato gratin, patatas bravas,
Boil
Maybe
them,
do like
mash
a-
them, stick them in a stew.
French style potato salad.
German potato
can make-
salad.
I can make this work.
That's my limit break. Is patatas bravas.
Oh my god, that actually does kind of work.
Right?
Okay, post on Twitter, Gaff, and Facebook.
Thank you.
I suppose I
I'll bring
should
some in.
share.
Yeah.
I got my Twitter stuff going, but I tweet it when we go live. I'm not funny with it normally. Unless I think of something, but I got nothing for this one.
Hello, Cub Rosio. Welcome to the pre-show.
Yeah.
Unless Cub
Welcome.
Rosio is one of us in secret, then
Shh.
Padding viewer numbers.
That's a secret. Every single listener of Maelstrom Radio is in fact one of us.
That may or may not be true.
All right, time for mass shares.
Getting intense on camera here.
You're welcome.
It's almost that time.
Oh wow.
About 30 seconds.
So you're saying I should probably look over and stop browsing Reddit.
It's something to consider.
At least close the porn tab.
Hey, let's not go crazy here.
Oh, that's right. He's not Frank. All right, I hoard you guys out.
Yay. Yeah, it's 8 o'clock. Which means I do this. I can mute you guys now. And let's start the show. Let me take a sip. Today is Monday, April 3rd, 2017, episode 31 of Maelstrom Radio.
Maelstrom Radio. With your hosts, Flatus and Shinder.
And welcome everybody to Maelstrom Radio. My name is Flatus, and with me, this host Love Life has only one mode, and it's Savage. It's Shin. Hi, Shin.
You called that one beforehand.
I not good.
I'm just gonna shake my head and stop talking here.
It's okay, because we also have more special guests. We have Phoenix Down Radio with us, and so this host loves to be served baked, buttered, and fully loaded. It's Chili.
Oh, it's amazing. Hey, everyone.
This host has unpaid Gooball library dues. It's Sarah Tomono.
Hey, I get to renew the books as many times as I want. That's how this works.
You gotta turn them in when the due date's up, though.
That's true.
Not if I'm the one who gets to edit the due date cards.
That's why that...
I mean, I would never do that. Violation of trust. That would be wrong.
What a
This host's beard may be number 2, but the mother crystal says he's cool. It's Klaus Nightbringer.
Again?
Number one.
Damn, man.
I'm sorry, Klaus. That's never going to not be funny.
I said
Right,
I said the mother crystal says he's cool.
What does Heidelin have to do with all of this?
Because my mom says I'm cool. No.
No, I'll allow it.
All right. And although she is not joining us, I still did write a intro for Miss Luna Vox. This host has been working on the RP sequel to Daddy of Light, Mommy of Darkness, Luna Vox.
Okay, I'd watch.
Okay,
that.
that's great.
Come on.
Yeah, I'd watch that too.
But we've already got the Mummy of Darkness. It's called Hildebrand's mom.
Oh yeah.
I wouldn't
Okay.
tell that to her face though.
Do you not want to see the two of them facing off?
Be one
I'd
hell of
pay
a
to see
fight.
it.
I don't know who would win.
We would all lose.
That's true.
There is no winner.
But win at the same time?
I don't know. Does it involve a mega?
It would just be another Calamity. Yeah, god damn it, words.
Spoiler?
Calamity.
You need to get a big wrestling ring with a lot of jello. And yeah.
This
Dude,
is,
that's Hildebrand's mom.
she looks good though. I'm not sure how old she is, but she looks good for her age.
She's quite young.
Don't
she
ask.
will be the first to tell you that.
Is
Yes,
she like?
just never ask.
Is she like an? Is she like Lady Hokage, where she's just using? It's all just she's using her outward energy to no. All right. Anyway,
Her chakra.
Yeah.
Oh.
yeah. So
Chaka.
All right, so I'm looking at the notes. There's just a picture of me. Anyway, we're recruiting.
Notes? There's notes.
Yeah, there's notes, and there's
The
a
notes are just a picture of him.
great King Moogle Spud Flatus edition in the notes. We're recruiting for RFC Garuda Gang. That's on the Famford server. So if you are new to this game, if you're jumping into the podcast, and you're like, man, I don't have friends on my server, or I'm on Famfrit itself and I don't really know anybody, come find us. In-game name, you have Shinter Zarret. It's Zaurrett. Got it? One T?
No,
Two
one
Ts?
one T.
1T, that's what I read. And then Cypher Blackfire, that's Cypher, and that's fire with a Y instead of an I. So yield Blackfire. And you can find us, and you can apply to Garuda Gang, and we'll get you in there. And
Then you can be an RFC without any friends on the server.
yeah, hey, ow. All right, let's jump into some Final Fantasy 14 news. I haven't watched wrestling since I was 13, 14 at the latest. But last night on WrestleMania, Xavier, I forget his last name. That's gonna suck.
Wood?
Yeah, Xavier Wood from Up Up Down Down, who's also a wrestler, came out, and Final Fantasy 14 was in full effect at WrestleMania. If you've not seen it, just go. If you're on Twitter or Facebook, it's a magical thing.
It was actually his whole group, New Day.
Yeah.
Yeah,
they
New
came
Day.
out as Monk,
Bard.
Samurai, and Red Mage.
And as
Yeah.
a new
Oh, Red Mage.
WrestleMania rule, every wrestler is now required to get 3 stacks of greased lightning before performing their signature moves.
My stats! Now,
The
guys,
stutter!
I want to say one thing. Now, recently I've been doing a wrestling podcast. I know I didn't know anything about wrestling at all, and then suddenly wrestling is sponsored by Final Fantasy.
You really should pick better
Obviously.
topics next time.
Obviously, there's some sort of
Coincidence?
connection.
No, I'm looking forward to now the crossover where we get all the wrestlers in Final Fantasy 14. And we get all of their intros as orchestrion roles.
Oh,
After you do a set of fate for every single one to get their drops.
please tell me my
But
Rock
RNGesus.
and tell me my Rock and have 2 beer cans, crack them open, shake them wildly, and get drunk, and just do pop a stunner on somebody.
No, you walk into somebody's house and all you hear is dun 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 dun.
His name was John Cena.
I have to say, for the actual WrestleMania thing, it was really kind of fun to see them being like, yeah, they're geeking out, they're having fun with it. But it was also a little painful to hear the announcers talking about it and be like, you've never seen a Final Fantasy game in your life.
I love Final Fantasy.
See, they're Moogles and
I was really
Chocobos.
confused. Like, where does this tie-in even come in?
Because it's being sponsored by Stormblood.
Yep.
But why?
Xavier Woods-
There's so many other places that they could advertise or promote on. I wouldn't
Last
think the two
year-
fan bases are really connected.
I have a
Last year with
feeling.
Dragon Ball Z. So
I have a feeling Xavier Woods had something maybe to do with this, because he is a
Yeah.
Final Fantasy 14 fan. So
You'd be surprised. There actually is a lot of crossover between the two groups, the wrestling fans and the video gamers.
The video game board I'm on, a couple of our longest time members are really huge wrestling fans. They would order all the pay-per-views for that, so they were very excited about all of that. And then going on to complain about something with Roman Reigns that I didn't really understand, so I just smiled and nodded at that point.
Well, everybody
agree.
complains about Roman Reigns, so
anyone
Yeah.
else want that Chocobo cart as a housing item though?
I just want it. Period.
Why not as a mount?
Yeah.
A
The
flying
little-
mount, of course, right?
the little ice cream cart with the
Yes.
And it should have an actual action where it just shoots out ice cream.
Samurai relic armor, singlet.
I need that armor they were wearing. I need a feather boa. The
I
trombone.
want my bar to have a trombone.
Yeah, I was gonna say we need the trombone.
It's the offhand for bards.
I'm not sure how well they're going to do as a party with 3 DPS, though. No healer or tank?
I don't know.
It's
Triple
That
tag,
sounds like
yeah.
most of our groups.
Yeah, it's the Aquapolis.
There you go.
Fair.
Yeah.
Or they're
Never know
just
what's
doing
gonna
some
happen.
unsync content.
Yeah,
I feel like that wants to be a dig at another wrestler.
it's probably. All right. Final Fantasy 14, the 14-day trial has been now unlocked. It's gone. It's going away with. But if you already had
We're
an
free to
only-
play.
Only for characters
yes,
created going forward.
forward,
Existing trial
yes.
characters do not get the benefit.
No. And this is not just the stipulation. This is not Final Fantasy 14 going free to play, as some
Exactly.
websites have stated this. Like click. I know the clickbait websites have made that point, but it's not that. So
Final Fantasy going with wrestling and free to play.
yeah, all in one weekend.
They must be on the ropes.
Yeah.
Ha
I see what you did there.
Insert slow cap here.
Oh no.
You mean? Okay, was that good
If
enough?
you don't have that on
Yeah.
soundboard, you should.
You just I don't know. I got
I'd
that.
allow it.
Yeah, edit it out, you can use that.
God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
That's Shin. No.
That's more what I sound like in PvP.
That's probably true. Speaking of PvP, Feast Season 4 started. So if you want to go get your rank and get your... Do we know what the prize is for this season? I know, like, is it another... What is it?
I think it's
probably
more
can
of
go
the
look.
trophies and the earrings and whatnot.
I know there was a... But you
Prize
got
is
a
not
mount.
now.
You get
Yeah.
bragging rights.
You got a mount.
Oh yeah,
Would it
there
be
is
a
a
different-
mount.
Would it be a different color version of the previous mount?
Is that what it is?
I
I
think
haven't
so.
seen yet.
Yeah, I don't
They
think
had
I've
so.
blue and
checked.
red versions of those
Separate.
for last one, but
Yeah, I'm not sure. If you know in chat,
PvP
let us know.
UK.
Because we
I
don't
do
know.
like currently number 2 for the Ether Data Center is someone from Gilgamesh named Final Form.
He needs to win.
He will win. Slowly getting there. Hatching Tide starts tomorrow, so be on the lookout for a 4-part quest that gets you a mount.
A flying egg that shoots out chocobos.
Best mount in the game.
Yeah. I hope
Adapted
Hates
from adapted from Allegan World Destroying Technology, which is pretty much most Allegan technology.
Do we know if it'll play Papaya when we fly on it?
It better play it.
Papaya.
By the way, when you talk about Papaya, it's now on the optional items to buy with real money.
Oh no, don't worry. It's already in our house and everybody hates it when I put it on the...
on infinite loop, right? And locked.
Mm-hmm.
That reminds me, I'm gonna have to put it unlocked on in my house.
Yeah. We raised 80 million gil so we can move to Kagane, or this keeps playing, and see how fast the donations roll in.
Right.
I don't know. We just gotta be chilling there.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that something opens up in like lavender beds.
I like my little house in the goblet. I will never move.
Now I'd move to Limsa or whatever the new area was.
Kagane.
Yeah, see, I've got my house is right facing the pre-distance and right next to the waterfall, so it's just like the perfect spot.
It's a giant
The
special.
I don't know. It's pretty.
And it's in a place called the Brimming Heart, so
We faced the person that decided that yard art was going to be their passion in life. Just put it nicely.
So you've got the neighbors with 20 cars on blocks.
Yes, that still have like 6
Glowing
Christmas
cars.
Yeah, glowing cars.
Glowing and rusted out cars somehow.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fully pimped out.
They blocked their entrance to their yard with a tack dummy, and they put a snowman underneath it. So
What?
I don't know. I don't know how they
You
did
should
it.
come see our neighbors one day.
It's not.
I
great. I'll
kind
take
of want to
photos.
see this.
I'll take photos and tweet it out. Final Fantasy 14 April Fools Tactics Alexander. I want this. I kind of want this. It was an April Fools, but I kind of want it.
I want that game.
I
Yeah.
don't know if I want the game, but I want the music.
The music
Well,
also.
if you guys caught us on part 1 on Phoenix Down Radio on Saturday, we showed the entirety of it, so it was pretty cool.
The sprites were pretty on point too.
Yes.
No, there was one bit that I did find there was a bit off. The dragoon didn't die; he dodged it.
Because
no,
it's a
that's-
tactic.
Having an off day.
It's because it's a
That's the-
tactics game.
Yeah. Also, it was the cutscene. Like, remember there's that whole cutscene where you think you're about to be killed by him, and then you aren't because of
I
time shit.
thought dragons would just get a special cutscene when they do die.
Yeah. They're on the
My
floor and they.
immersion.
We're getting way too many cutscenes.
Yeah. Too many cuts. Is that your April Fools? We're to cut back on the
And then-
cutscene.
No, if we had
And then-
cutscene every time the dragoon died, it'd just be overload.
And
Mhm.
then this version of the cutscene will be if you cleared Binding Coil as a Dragoon, in which case Alice talks about how you died there.
Yeah.
Over and over. No, they're gonna talk about how you saved the party from the floor.
Nah, I would be okay with Alice just snarking at me. She seems like she'd be really good at it.
Kind of off topic, but I would love to see a boss that is just the floor that can only be tanked by dragoons.
I think one of the Ultima games actually had, before you went to fight the final boss, you could actually be hurt by the grass on the way to him.
I know. You make it Flory from Pee Wee's Playhouse.
No, you get the demon floor. It's a piece of floor that like launches itself up. It's got a demon in it, and
it spits bees at you.
and the dragoon's like, finally, I get my time to shine. It would be the only moment in the game where the dragoon's like, ah, everybody else is just standing back like, wow, this is cool.
Yeah, it'd be cool if everyone else just gets blown up, but when the dragon gets blown up, they automatically do a jump attack.
Yeah.
Like jump off the ceiling back down.
Mhm.
That could kind of work ish. This makes no sense.
No, I mean, they get flung up into the air, and then when they come down, they use their spear like they would a jump attack, so they automatically do damage.
No, when they
Oh.
die, they go on the wall.
Ouch.
What if it was a rotating cube arena? Therefore, if they fall, they die on the floor. They actually die on the walls as well because it moves.
You think when dragoons died in the anti-tower, they'd hit the roof, which is really the floor.
God, I think we figured out flight.
Poor dragoons. This kid.
No.
You know what? They should probably be more prepared. For Stormblood.
Yeah.
Let's talk about
They should be prepared for Stormblood and everyone not playing them anymore.
Yeah, 'cause everyone
Oh,
will be monks.
samurais.
I'm gonna punch it.
I'm
Punch
gonna,
all of them.
Punch
I'm
it
gonna-
real good.
I'm gonna slice
They
them.
really
I
up.
want
think
their
it's gonna
this
be-
time bonuses.
We're gonna have monks and ninjas going into the patch. Everyone wants to be a Yukiri.
Everybody wants Johnny Falcon.
Yes, I want Johnny Falcon is the best.
Johnny Falcon. best
Wait,
one.
wait. Better than Lava Scorpion?
So you can't compare the two. Johnny Falcon's the best flying primal.
Yeah. It's like comparing apples and oranges.
Yeah.
One of them's red and one of them's orange. So I guess you can't compare them, and I don't know the point of this.
We don't yet have a Lava Scorpion minion, so
Yeah, we don't have a. Yeah, I want one.
Or a lava scorpion job.
That'd be too powerful.
That's OP.
That'd be nerfed.
Powerful.
it's coming in 5.0.
Yeah.
They
It's
did say
actually-
they wanted to start doing jobs that were a little bit outside of the traditional Final Fantasy canon.
It's the new Beastmaster, but instead of you controlling the pet controls you.
It's just you play as a Lava Scorpion with a whole bunch of Lalafell minions?
Like
Yes.
Pikmin?
Yes.
That's going to be a really weird itemization scheme.
You pick the Lalafells up and you throw them at things to accomplish your task.
Just like in Mario 2.
It's like, oh, sweet, a shell dropped. Oh, damn it, it's a casting shell. I need a defending shell.
You pluck them out of the ground and you toss them.
Shadow Jutsu. Just picking up clones of Lalafells.
This
Well,
is
I was
the
thinking,
worst
if you're-
version of Little Bunny Foo ever.
If you're a Lava Scorpion and you're picking up Lalafells, does that mean that you're throwing fried potatoes?
Or baked.
Ah.
Baked potatoes, there we go.
Yeah.
And when they hit their target, they're mashed potatoes.
Yeah, they get mashed. They do burning effect, elemental burning, because they're hot. They're hot potatoes.
So, Stormblood.
Finishing move is great.
How many potato things can we get out of it?
And if you're really just that bored,
Yeah.
Well, right now I'm a jacket potato.
We're not English. We don't get it.
I know, that's why I like it. But a jacket potato is a baked potato. We called it that because we count the skin like a jacket for the potato.
Oh, that's
You
actually
rub
kind of
the-
cute.
Yeah. An old wrinkly jacket. Leathery, crispy, delicious jacket that you rub down with oil.
This is sounding like the start to your mom joke that I don't want to hear.
Even though you just announced it. Anyway, I think we should
Yeah.
go to preparing for Stormblood. maybe,
Yeah,
and
let's
then-
So, about that Stormblood.
Yeah. Capping Tombstone. Space Reborn. Rise on a Realm Reborn. I mean, it makes sense. Capping Tombstone is probably something you definitely want to get right before the launch of Stormblood. Is cap all your tombstones, just get them done, and then just in case anything carries over, like Poetics, if we were still using Poetics into Heavensward, getting
We still may.
we're still using
know.
them right now.
yeah, you're right. Like I said, we're still using them.
I think we'll always keep scriptures because we always need one tombstone from the previous expansion for those that don't purchase Stormblood, so they can actually get gear.
Yeah. So I mean, that would be the big question I have: whether they just have one type, probably scripture, to be all of the old content tombstones, or whether they'd have like Poetics for the level 50 content and scripture for the level 60 content.
I would bet they're probably going to keep Poetics. Otherwise, they would have to have a really reduced rate on how fast you would gain scripture tomes on the lower content.
And it would just make all the stuff like for the Zodiac weapon quests much harder.
To be honest, really think they should just get rid of Poetics, put the items that they get from Poetics into the dungeons or even into the job quests, and then have scriptures be a lower level so you can get ready for the level 60 stuff.
Yeah, they did do that to a point in from when they went to Heavensward. We got they added the level 90 relic gear to the level 45 and 50 quests for your job.
Yeah, I can see lore gear being added to the level 50 to 60.
That's a possibility. You get your AF2 with that.
That would make sense. It has been one of the things kind of gives you the iconic outfit for the class or for
Mhm.
the job.
It does make a lot of sense. It
So,
would,
yeah, they could easily do that going from 50 to 60 once Stormblood is released.
But they also have had the, hey, this type of tombstone is going to be obsoleted, so we'll allow you to trade it in. So I would imagine that lore is going to be obsoleted if they're when they bring out the new stuff.
yeah.
More than likely.
But I don't think they'd add scripture gear to the quests, so that's why I'm thinking at least you'll be able to gear up for when you're 60.
I don't know. After the anime, I think everyone has lore PTSD. I think like getting rid of it's like, yay, finally I can move on.
And plus, you'll probably want some of that scripture for whatever new equivalent of the relic or anima that they add, or other types of things. I mean, even when they added the anima quest, there was still stuff that you wanted to use your poetics for. So it's never completely gone.
And
Because-
even going forward, they'll probably continue using Poetics for things like Anima or Relic Weapon type quest lines, just because they want people to run the 50 content. They want people to run the 60 content. And when it comes out, they're going to want people to run the 70 content. So they need something to entice you across all three tiers there.
Yep.
But they've said that the new relic weapon won't use tombstones, it'll use stuff from Eureka instead.
They never used tombstones.
Well, tombstones.
The pizza or
Tombstones, but
There will
Yeah.
still be something that's going to require us to get them, because if they just drop out the usefulness of Poetics or Scripture, people will probably just not play that content, I think.
I
Yeah.
can see them doing something similar to what they did during the Umbrite phase, where they'll have one component that is based off of tombstones and another one that's going to be based off of maybe
Yeah.
some sort of gathering
Yeah.
or content in Eureka or something along those lines.
Or some of the other phases where you have tombstones as a way that you can do this, but not the only way.
All I know is it looks a bit. I don't know. I don't like how it looks with 4 different tombstones.
I mean, over time, they're going to have to change the UI layout for some of this stuff.
Or start consolidating.
Yeah, we'll
things.
see what they do. I mean, like I said, there's arguments for either way, but it realistically, what they end up coming up with, it will end up being, it'll end up working just fine. Like I said, they may end up just reducing the cost of the items that are currently being purchased with Poetics to make them cheaper with Scripture.
And I mean, they've talked about how they're already starting some of the design stuff for 5.0. So I would be deeply surprised if the idea of, hey, all of these types of currencies building up isn't on their radar to some degree.
Yeah, eventually.
We've already seen it.
Go ahead, Jim.
I was gonna say we've already seen them slowly kind of consolidate all these currencies. Like if we didn't have the consolidated currency, we'd have at least 6 or 7 different types of tombstones right now.
Mm-hmm. And we've also have done some UI changes. They did the changes for the different Grand Company ranks at various points to make it a bit neater and cleaner, and to strip out stuff that wasn't being used or that was getting in the way. So it's something they consider, seems like.
They're pretty good about quality of life. It may not come at the very beginning of the expansion unless they've already planned for it to be there. But 4.2 to 4.3 near the end of the expansion, usually we start seeing a lot of the quality of life stuff like we saw with the PvP changes and stuff like that. So,
and when it comes between quality of life and actually getting new content out there, for at least a little while, they're going to want to focus on the new content, because quality of life getting updated over and over on stuff that people are bored with only does so much for you.
Absolutely. Plus, bring on Eureka. Give me that stuff.
Yeah, that's one thing I'm really kind of holding my breath on, because Diadem was kind of a disappointment in a lot of ways. I mean, it was interesting when it first came out. It gave us something, to do. I mean, friends and I, we spammed that for forever when it first came out. Ran it a few times after the 2.0 re-release, and something about it just doesn't quite hit on all cylinders.
Am I the only one? Probably am the only one in the world who prefers the original Diadem over the new one.
I wouldn't
say that I wouldn't say I prefer the old one. They both had their merits, but I think the best choice would be something in between the two of them.
The new Diadem has much more support for me just being a gatherer, so I'm cool with that.
The gathering side I've heard is fabulous. I haven't done it yet. Luna's been doing it quite a bit.
I mean, you gotta. I hope that they look at the feedback from both the first one and 2.0 and just work with a different mode altogether. But we'll have to wait and see on that one.
Yeah, they definitely did some interesting things, especially with Diadem 2. It sounds very interesting, like how they did it. Like it's a structured event. There's lots of fates. You go do the fates. There's an emergency mission. It sounds really good on paper, but it didn't really seem to translate so well to when we actually got it and played with it. So hopefully they kind of take that feedback and rethink it and see how they can just improve Eureka.
See, all I would like for them to change really is have some way for the fates or some content you do increase the chance of the emergency mission happening. So people don't just sit there at the start waiting for the emergency mission. They actually have to do the fates for the chance for it to increase happening.
Yeah, if it's something where you feel like you have some control over it, rather than it just... Well, it feels complicated. On the one hand, if you have control over it, if people can feel like, hey, we're working to make this happen, that's really great. On the other, then this leads to, why are you doing that? Why are you doing anything that isn't making this emergency mission happen? And a lot of that encouragement for that kind of abusive behavior.
Yeah, but at the same time, right now, people just sit there and do nothing. So
would be silly
if you give everybody the ability to work towards a common goal. I guess I really agree with that idea, Chili. Using they've already got a slightly improved objective system with the Diadem 2.0. If they would expand upon that and use that to like I said, increase those chances of getting the emergency mission to pop, or maybe you have to work together with the other groups in order to make it pop. Maybe something along the lines of, you have to defeat certain notorious monster bosses and get drop items. Once you get these drop items, you go to the middle, and then that starts the emergency mission.
Like some
Yeah, I
sort of
think
thing.
Eureka's gonna have something like that. Anyway,
Yeah, we'll see, but
You can do like the cow level in Diablo 2. You have to get all the items, put them in your cube, and then it spawns the mission.
moo moo moo
Yeah.
moo moo
Oh,
moo.
Moo. Remember that time on Maelstrom Radio where they all moved for like 3 minutes?
gotta kill that cow king.
Yeah. So hi Chewina. Chat.
Great time to join us.
Yeah, moo. And
Moo.
moo.
no.
Moo.
I can throw it back even farther. Diablo 1 when you just kept clicking on the cow and it goes moo, moo.
Yeah,
moo.
yeah, moo.
Yes, that is a cow.
Wow, yeah. Old Diablo 1. Alright. Well, speaking of old. You like that segue? Because I liked it. Clear out old items to make inventory space for new things you'll find.
Unless
Now-
you're chilly, then you need to get new retainers because you're a hoarder.
Yeah, I've nearly filled up my new retainer, so I'm thinking about buying another one.
If
Yeah.
you have maxed retainers and they're all full of items, probably you should get rid of some things. You need help.
I've only got 2 retainers. Well, no, I've got 2 extra ones.
Hey, me too.
Yeah,
High five.
I mean, like, I've got an inventory of random cooking items that at some point I'll have to go and say, okay, what can I make with this? Make some stuff, or just bite the bullet and sell it.
As I said, I've almost got a retainer full of bottles of Reborn Red.
Yeah, are you ever going to actually use those bottles of Realm Reborn Red?
I might one day, maybe, probably,
La-
maybe.
Launch a Stormblood.
Yeah,
He's got
Stormblood
enough to
Red.
do all the way through Stormblood from level 60 all the way to level 70.
yeah. I
And
just went through a whole batch of young adult books on hoarding, so I have some recommendations for each of
I
you.
have 30 stacks of Realm Reborn Red,
The first step is admitting you have a problem.
and then I have 10 stacks of Magic Prism Meteor Survivor, and then I also have one of every retired Chocobo that I've ever had.
Retired? Wait a minute.
From racing.
Yeah,
What do you take him out
First
the
step is
pasture
admitting
and
you have a
keep
problem.
like
You
you
need
got
to
him
breed
stuffed?
that rank 1 chocobo.
yeah. Every rank that I've gone up, I've kept the baby version. Yeah, they're
I can
there's
see
Ace
keeping
Idol,
a couple.
Elegant Idol.
I can
Old
see
Idol.
keeping a couple of them just in case, hey, something goes really, really wrong with the breeding scheme and you don't want to start from scratch. But
I've kept one of each just because of the generations.
Chili's inventory is that thing where you move a chair and you find like a family of cats underneath something. You're just,
3 generations of them.
yeah.
and here's my
look.
and here's
Reader's
my
Digest
stats
from
of news.
1974.
I'm looking for my retainer right now. I just found some Algo brown dye.
I
And
might
here's
have
my
some of that.
and here's my 50 stacks of newspapers sorted by the weather report. These
Yeah.
were all the
It's right
sunny
next to the
days.
mistletoe.
How many ramen cups? Chewy, do you have a problem? How many ramen cups do you have somewhere?
Here's some tree toad legs.
Yeah.
Have you sorted them by left leg and right leg?
And that's
It's
just one
not-
retainer.
Like, if you really want it to be hoarding, you need to have them sorted by this incredibly arcane and ultimately meaningless scheme that will cause you even more distress if someone puts back one of those legs in the wrong stack.
Hell, at one point, each retainer had one demon box from weddings.
Okay,
Give us
when I'm
that
trying to
spreadsheet.
make a joke about your hoarding, this is not the time to make it accurate.
You can give the Chili. You could send those out as gifts to people. They're
Well, if you
tradable.
could, but they're untradeable, aren't they?
No, last I checked, they are tradable.
Demon boxes are untradeable, unique.
Oh,
They're from
ooh.
Wed-
Why do you
The
need
wedding one.
multiples?
Yeah. Then why do you need them then?
Because he's chilly and he must hoard all the things.
If people ask, you just say yes. This is the one from your wedding. Like
So I
no
have some
one's
fairy
gonna
tokens.
know.
Oh, Chili.
Remember the fairy tokens from the season event?
Yes.
I've got 2 of those still.
Oh, Chili. All right.
Let's go ahead and just leave this entire
I'm gonna
show in the rear view mirror.
before we call a place to get Chili help. Let's. It'll
Adult
be
Protective Services would be the one for this.
yeah.
Next episode of Hoarders, Eorzea edition.
18799.
Oh man, I need to find that video for Hoarders Skyrim edition.
I think this next point is probably the worst point we have on here, just because we can't do it right now. We've completely and utterly failed every single time.
It'll be easier for the first few weeks of Stormblood if you focus on one job. Gear that one as well as you can, and you'll be able to keep going for a while before you need to pause and gear up again.
Yeah.
It's
I mean,
true.
we
Which
talked
they. I was gonna say we talked about that on the last show, but Sarah, go.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say we did talk about that a little bit. If you want to play around with multiple jobs, that's perfectly fine. But if you just have one, it's like, okay, this one is geared up enough that it'll be ready to go ahead in the next one, and then you can mess around with the others for a bit. Like if I've got something at I-265, I-270, I'll be like, okay, that one's ready to go. I'll be able to go ahead on that in Stormblood, plow through a lot of things before I need to upgrade my gear, and then I could go around and mess with other jobs. But just have at least like one that is ready to go.
I got one.
Nope, focusing on one job does not mean you should hoard gear in your retainers just in
For-
case they might use it later.
But what if I get level capped to 53 and I need an optimal crit dead set for it?
Just like all my different monk weapons I've got.
Okay, that was a joke, Chili.
Chili can't wait for the expanded inventory. He's like, wait a minute, I can keep all my shit and still have more space. Prayers have been answered. Praise Lava Scorpion, it's coming true.
Lava
But if-
Scorpion would want you to consume your unneeded possessions in holy fire.
Or he'll
That
consume
works,
them.
right?
Or
That's
he'll
true.
consume
Sacrifice
you.
everything.
Yeah, what
I need to collect enough to please him when I sacrifice it.
your
But,
loot
like-
is not but the tinder for my flames.
Ooh,
What kind of Tinder?
the kind where you
Swipe
swipe right.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
On that note, though, if you do want to save gear, if you're looking to play Samurai or Red Mage right away, Samurais are using striking gear, and Red Mages want caster gear. So if you want to play either of those, you are starting at level 50. You probably want some gear, so pick that up.
I am ready.
Yeah, I've been saving a couple pieces that I get as random drops when I've been doing dungeons lately.
And don't forget, a quick way. I mean, it may not be the best stats, but a quick way to gear up is just running through. I mean, Diadem may not be perfect, but it is a great way to get 265 gear.
Yeah.
So
It's going to be leveling gear, so it doesn't need to be perfect. You're going to be getting rid of it soon enough. It just needs to
Or-
be good enough.
Buy the Shire gear for it. I mean, we've doubled our scripture allocation every week.
yep.
There's a good chance you may have enough to buy for that class.
And then
I
you can
mean,
also do the
everything.
weekly for
Dune Sky.
Dune Sky and get a 270 piece.
And
Yep.
260.
Plus
Yep.
all the other items from there.
Yep.
Lots of ways to get geared up. Or if you raid, you can always. Right now, they unlocked the Creator Savage, so you can farm that for 270 gear.
Yep, the accessories drop from main INS and
Yep.
the other stuff. Body, from 8 and above.
And if you want to raid in Stormblood, it's a great way to get ready for it by finding a static now and getting a good rapport with the group. So that way, when Omega comes out, you'll be ready to go.
Omega.
Was that a
And
good
if-
segue too? Huh?
It's
Us-
Omega.
And if you're on Primal, we might know a person or two who's recruiting for a static. So
Does that static need a bard?
static
Red
needs
Mage.
pretty much everything. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Are we going to call
So-
it Scrubs Are Us?
We totally can.
We could do that. So speaking of good segue, by the way, if you want to raid, So you want to start seeking out getting a stat together probably around May, but if you want to start early and start running through Alexander to get a feel for the group, if you don't know them, now is better than later. We suggest May because more people are probably coming back from a hiatus or a break around that time, so you probably have a lot of people that may want to get used to their classes again, and it's a good time to pick people up that that may have been dropped from their FCs or dropped from their statics as of inactivity.
And it's also the end of school for a lot of people, so you're going to get a lot of college and high school kids that are going to be coming back to the game because they'll have a lot more time.
Yeah. Even for people who are worried that Alexander is going to be different raids. What's this practice going to do? It's not about the specific raid. It's about finding how you interact with them. If these are the people where you start to get into recognizing the rhythms that you're moving in, just how well you mesh together. And any raid's going to help with that.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's not about the jobs that you play with. It's about the people who play the jobs with you.
Yeah, I know a lot of. I mean, the hardcore raids made shit on me for this, but it's not always about the meta. It's about the people and the amount of fun you have raiding with those people. Because I find that no matter like what the meta is exactly, like you'll still end up going through the content. So I mean, there may be like a bit of an easier way to get through it, but
you'll have an easier, if you do want to worry about the meta, you're going to have an easier time picking up and setting up for a new meta if it's with a batch of people that you're comfortable with.
Yeah, exactly. And we don't even know what the new meta would be because they're changing that stuff anyway.
Yeah, but the opposite of it right now, like Monk and Paladin.
Yeah, might as well work on the stuff that you can make some amount of prediction about, which is how well you can mesh with them.
Yeah.
Because I mean, if you get along with them, that's going to be, probably about half of the battle, really, because I mean, nobody wants to play with a group that they don't have fun with. It's not going to be enjoyable for you. It's not going to be enjoyable for them, and it's going to end up in heartbreak and misery. So you want to make sure
recriminations.
Yes, and lots of staring at walls, wondering what went wrong,
or floors if you're Dragoon.
No, you know exactly what went wrong there. You rolled a Dragoon.
You've made choices.
Even though like Stormblight is going to bring class changes and it's going to bring new raid meta and new raiding types and all of that. Like going back and doing Alexander is it's interesting to do and it does help you play with that group. But Alexander is also not the only content out there. Like all of the extreme trials, whether they're the level 50 ones, the level 60 ones, or the ones in between, they're all relatively interesting content as well. Like they're a very good way for players to kind of get an introduction to raiding without necessarily having that commitment. Or the alliance raids that are out there are kind of a nice introduction to raiding. And yes, it's 24 people, but that's also 23 other people who can carry you if you're not terribly great at raiding and want to break into it without having to find a static.
Oh man, if you really wanted some practice at the raiding aspect of it, choose one of those extreme trials and set it to minimum eye level.
Yep. You want to be humbled? Do Reflasia at sync.
Yeah, that's another thing. We can give, earlier today, there was a post on Reddit from one of our friends over on Behemoth, and he was just looking out for a bunch of people and like asking, well, why does no one want to do binding coil content synced? And the general consensus keeps coming back that players just don't want to do it. There's no real reason, but his line of thinking and ours kind of as well is like it's fun. It's for the achievement. It's for I went and did this content.
And then at the end of the day, you can unsync it once and go in and absolutely unload on it and get rid of some frustration.
Exactly.
Yeah. If you really want the challenge, do second coil Savage unsynced.
We're still
Yeah,
working
that makes
through
it harder.
non-Savage coil.
Yeah. So
I can tell you now that doing unsynced Savage coil actually makes it harder than synced.
Because you're coming in before the timers go off and they'll end up dying because you're not paying attention.
Yeah, you're pushing
number
phases,
7.
especially in 7.
Yeah.
Also, even unsynced, T9 is just brutal. I had to teach like 6 people how to do it. That one you cannot face roll. You do still have to do most of the mechanics.
Mm-hmm. Well, unless you pull a chili and you spin the boss around.
Yeah, you spin him right round, baby, right round.
Like a record, baby.
Never get Chili to tank that.
Right around
That
there.
still just feels so wrong.
No, didn't you hear about that glitch?
I have, yeah.
No.
So I haven't actually seen it live, but Chili
Oh,
was telling
yes.
us about it.
You make you put the boss on the Vomitron and you make it go around until it goes
And
woozy.
he can't do his moves. Yep.
Yeah.
It.
She
Yes, I know.
very clearly,
Is it-
if you read the
she.
lore book, Alpha No has no fucking idea, and it's really awesome that they're keeping the conceit of it that the people in the game world don't have any way of knowing the facts involved with it. I'm actually super sorry. That's something I'm super pleased and happy about.
It's a little thing.
Yeah,
sorry.
Nailed.
I'm trying to find that right group for you guys.
Yeah. Nail Dave's Darnus did not come back wrong, but there is no way for our characters to know that, and they act appropriately.
Yep. It's a ghost.
I love that.
So coming back to the game, so something we didn't talk about on Saturday's show, which if you're listening to the audio version of this, go stop. If you've gotten this far,
But
I apologize.
Just finish it. It's not that much longer.
It's not, but there
And
is
then
a
go
part
listen to
one.
The other one.
Yeah, you can go listen to Phoenix Down Radio's episode 40, which is part 1 of prepping for Stormblood. So if you're coming back to the game, you got out at 3.1, you were like, it's not for me, it's not the same as Realm Reborn. But then you see Stormblood and you're like, oh, Red Mage is my jam from 11. I'll come back for that. Or Samurai that seems cool. I want to come back for that. And we're gonna go to Doma. I thought it was just gonna be Alamiga. Like tons of different reasons to come back. But for coming back, like the things you want to do to make sure that you're caught up, don't wait, but catch up on the story patches because you're gonna have to finish the story.
And it's a really cool story.
It is a really cool story.
Of a lovely lady.
despite- There are rumors
Oh.
going around, and I even saw them earlier. You do have to finish the Heavensward storyline to get into the Stormblood story.
Yeah, I think the thing where people are saying, "Oh, you don't have to finish that," is they said that you do not need to finish it to be able to do Red Mage and Samurai. So I
Right.
guess you could be a Red Mage through Heavensward or something if you wanted.
Yeah, absolutely. If you wanted to wait until till Stormblood is released and finish your Heavensward content as a Red Mage or a Samurai, by all means.
Absolutely.
It's up to you. It's your game. We're not paying your sub. Do it how you want, bro.
Or you
No,
can
but
wait until if you don't have Heaven's Ward, you can wait until Stormblood comes out, and then you can play through anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause
As long
you'll
as
get
you're
Heavensward.
level 50, you can unlock those 2 jobs.
Yep. And believe Chili, with the purchase of Stormblood, you do get Heaven's Word included with that, correct? Yeah,
If I'm right, but yeah.
So
I
if,
believe that
you
is correct.
do check which version you get. There
It's
are
just-
versions that include all of them, and there's also versions that are just Stormblood.
yeah,
I thought most of them come with Heaven's Ward.
Yeah, I think the expansion includes Heavensward for you as
Yeah.
well.
Check it when you're applying on the website. Make sure you don't get the wrong one.
yeah, there
It's
is
easy
one
enough to
that's
check.
$100, but it comes with the collector's editions of both Realm Reborn and Heaven's Ward, and the collector's edition of Stormblood. So if you're about
Digital.
yeah, digital, and if you like digital goodies and mounts and stuff like that, then maybe that's the one you'd want. So also if you're coming back, find your old friends, see if log into your server, see if your friends are still around, touch base with them, let them know you're back, and see if they are, that they have an FC that you may want to join, or if they're running a static and they want to, maybe they're farming it, or they have farmed it so it's easy for them and they can help catch you up, and see if that's a possibility for them.
A lot of them will be like delicious newbie bonus. Let me know whenever you are running a new trial or dungeon.
You'll be like, hey, yeah, they'll be like, oh god, for Wondrous Tales, yes, and you'll be like, what's Wondrous Tales? And you'd be like, just know that everyone loves you because you're getting newbie bonus plus Wondrous Tale tokens. So you're the golden goose for everybody. Also, if you're new and then your friends left you, or like you were in an FC and the FC is no longer around, find an FC that fits you. Shop around. If you've missed our FC episode, besides the salt primal that was summoned, FC is a big
So
thing
much
for me.
salt.
Yeah, so there's a lot of salt there. But yeah, finding a good FC that fits you. You could always go for the biggest FC if you're a social thing, but find out, like, there may be an FC Garuda gang that will like is looking for people that want to do have a FC static and do that content or willing to help you run through that content. So find the people, find the place that fits you the best, shop around, and eventually if it's off server, if that's an option for you, if you want to jump to like a bigger server, that would be the time when there's less people around and there may be a higher chance of you getting to a more populated server or one of the bigger servers like Balmung or
You do not want to try to do a server transfer the week of early access or something when they're all getting hammered.
Yeah.
Nor can you do it, I think, up to the week before the data center move.
Exactly. So do it now. Or if you're on a bigger server and maybe you want to do the smaller server thing and see if you can get an FC static there, because maybe you're like second tier static group or you're more focused on like a smaller server, that's also always an option too. So
and the cross server
or cross server is the other thing.
Yeah,
and
the
then
cross server party finder, especially like if you know someone in real life who plays. If you can't get on, if you know multiple people, they're on different servers. As long as it's the same data center, those private party options, that can be the thing where you call up people, say, hey, let's do this thing. You make the private party in the party finder. Everyone joins up for that, and you're ready to do some content.
Yeah, we can get the Phoenix Down Garuda gang, Nafika's Bosom static going, right?
Yeah.
Scrub Alliance.
Exactly. The podcast scrubs.
Exactly, the podcast scrubs. There was one other thing with coming back to the game. If you are coming back to the game and you happen to have a PlayStation 3 copy of the game, you won't be able to play Stormblood once it releases. You won't be able to play at all once it releases.
You won't be able to buy Stormblood for the PS.
Exactly. So there is an upgrade campaign. If you have PS3, you can get the PS4 version. Take a look for that if you're interested in swapping over to PC. You can also go and do that. Your characters and everything is fully playable on both PS4 and PC. But if you have PS3 and you're returning, you need to upgrade now.
Yeah. I would also make that a point that even if you're not sure about jumping into Stormblood, or if you played in the past and you may not, and you still have a PS3 but you just got a PS4 and you're like, I don't have to I won't worry about it. Just do it anyway. I would suggest just taking in and getting it for free, getting the free upgrade. Yeah. Just to future-proof yourself. It's free, so that's not money coming out of your pocket in the future.
But only until the end of the year.
But yes, it's only till the end of the year. So you have now until the end of the year to do that. But
so might as well get it done early, and then if you need it, you've got it, and if not, no harm done.
Yeah, that's great. Tease. That's get that done. So I think we did it. I think that unless we missed something over the last two shows, I think we can get people pretty prepared for Stormblood. What do you guys think?
I think so, guys.
Yeah.
I think this was a pretty good crossover we had.
Yeah, I think so as well.
Yeah, I think one other thing to keep in mind is there's a lot of stuff we don't know about. We're not going to know about until it's very close or until the servers are down for maintenance. So to a certain level, there's only so much you can prepare. Yeah. Like, do what you can to be ready with your jobs, with having your stuff cleaned up. But after that, don't stress about it too much. There's only so much you can do. There's stuff you're never going to be able to predict.
A lot of what we said was speculation based on what we had going from ARR to Heavensward. You know, and like I said, if Square Enix is nothing but consistent with the things that work and don't work, you know, there's a good chance that we're going to be pretty close on a lot of it. But again, it is all still conjecture.
Exactly. Also,
the only thing we're missing is that we have 2.5 more months before we can actually get into any of this.
Exactly. And I already put in for my vacation. So.
And after that story and after all of the things that have gone on, that's a long time.
Yeah.
One more thing I want to touch real quick on is that if you are going to take a break between now and Stormblood, make sure you do the prepared list and get so that way you're prepared. But also just make sure that you just don't dip out. Like let your FC know that you're going to be gone for a little bit, or you're just taking more of a back seat so you can play some other games in between. Like Persona is coming out, so you want to take a little bit of time or finish up 15. And
we'll see in a couple months there.
Yeah. So I mean, now would be that time to like where you're like, I'll log in, or I'm logging in 4 or 5 times or 6 times a week. Now I'm going to log in maybe 3 times a week, and
Yeah.
Because I'm at a good place and I can play some other games and get some of that queue out of the way, so I'm prepared for
Yeah.
Stormblood when it launches.
Perfectly legit. Like you don't. This is not actually your job. You don't have to be here all the time. But we are real people here. If you're going to be gone for a bit, it's just kind of nice to let us know. You know.
Game knows when you're cheating on it.
It knows when you're asleep.
Oh,
I
jeez.
feel. I was about to say I feel like most gamers are kind of polyamorous in this regard, but then it went creepy.
It did.
Creepy girlfriend style.
Hey,
Yeah.
it could be a creepy boyfriend. We don't
Yeah.
judge here.
We don't.
We're gonna
Although
have
I-
to create that meme now.
Creepy everything.
I don't know. Shin, can we get you to do some creepy eyes and see if we can get a review?
One of us. One of us.
All right,
Put
we
it
got
on
an
a
email.
potato.
For the
go.
greater good.
All right, we had an email last week from Meowth900. Hello, Maelstrom Radio. It's Meowth900 here. I listen to the show when new episodes come out. It's a good show, and I learn a lot about Final Fantasy XIV every week. Recently, she does a quick left turn here. Recently, I finished playing Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild, and I know I may be overreacting, but I think it's my favorite Zelda. I felt like how people 20 years ago felt when Ocarina of Time came out. Ah, man, she put a date on it. People rolled.
Oh my god, I hate you. I'm not old. I am not old.
Ocarina of Time out for the N64. There was a lot of stuff to do. I could do whatever I want when I want. I did a no pants Link playthrough and it was difficult. It was basically Link running around Hyrule in his underpants. But it was neat. Go ahead.
Yeah, I know someone who's doing that. He appreciates Link's attributes.
But the heat and cold resistant helmets and earrings were managed to defeat Calamity Ganon together. I like how there was a voice acting in the game and it made memories worth hunting down. Once Link got strong enough to hold his Master Sword in hand. A good game from start to finish. With cute characters everywhere. I think it's one of my favorite video games favorites from 2017. Sorry if the email was long. Thank you and have a good show. Thanks,
I
Meow.
still haven't finished this game, and I'm still slowly working my way through it.
But you like to
Love
experience
it.
everything in an open world game, though.
Oh, I am.
So
I was gonna go, and I'm at near the beginning of the game. I'm going up to this other laboratory research facility place thing, and I've been trying to go there for like at least 10 or more hours now, and I keep getting over to this quest or go explore this area. And
I think
Yeah.
it's probably like a good, and I mean real quick, but it is like a good reason to look at like the original Legend of Zelda, where it was like this open world game. It's kind of cool that they took true to form and almost look back at it.
Can you name Link, by the way, or is it preset?
Link is named Link in this game.
Yeah.
Oh, I was gonna say
Because there
wouldn't it
is
be cool
voice
if-
acting.
That would be. It would be cool if they did like before, where you change it to Zelda. It did something. Yeah,
It did give you different music.
Yeah.
That'd be kind of cool.
I mean, if it's all throwbacks, it'd be cool if they'd done something like that.
I agree.
Maybe a
But
new
any-
game plus.
Yes.
More games
Yeah.
could use New Game Plus.
So speaking of New Games Plus, I don't know how that was gonna segue. No, it was bad. It was bad.
Nah, that's
Don't
it.
judge
That
me.
was weak.
It was just don't judge me. Don't
Your
ju-
segue game is weak, bro.
Brother Scorpion is not judging anyone.
I know.
You may
thanks,
have a
Lava
better beard,
Scorpion.
but your segue game is weak.
Oh, it hurts. Oh.
That's just cruel, man.
Everyone is shouting at me, so I'm just gonna let everyone else shout
Deserved.
out. See that? Look at that. Everyone. All right. So
hey.
no.
You did a little better.
A little better, not
Shin,
much.
Shin is my hardest critic. He's got to do the show with me, and he's like, "I'm just gonna smash you to the ground every time."
That's why I love Shin.
So I'm gonna go ahead and start with. I'm gonna go ahead and start with Sarah because Sarah is your Shin, and I'm gonna let him make fun of you. Sarah, go ahead.
Wait, what am I doing? I was so busy trying to think of another burn, I lost track.
On me or? Oh, all right. Shout outs.
Oh, I don't know. Shout out to Judith Martin. She's Miss Manners. Her column is great. Everyone should read it. Fuck you all. She's amazing.
Back to the NPR, Sarah.
This is what happens when Okay, I've been gathering for like almost this entire show. My brain is kind of mush. I'm amazed I contributed as well as I did. Shout outs to. I'll go ahead and give the shout out to Luna since she couldn't be with us today. We do love you. We wish you were here.
I'll hail the what was it, Warrior of Darkness?
Mommy of Darkness.
No, Mummy of Darkness.
Mommy.
Yeah.
God, that still so weird. I mean, it sounds like the actual show concept sounds like kind of this cute little sweet drama type
Yeah.
thing, and it's like, hey, that could actually be kind of an entertaining, heartwarming thing to watch. But that name.
Pretty sure his son plays a female Makote, so I'm not sure how this works out yet.
Yeah,
Shin and I are going to review it on the show, so we'll let you know.
Yes. Yes.
No, we shouldn't review it on the show. What we should do is watch it and live stream. The
Stream our reactions.
MST
Done.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
well,
think-
oh yeah. We can do that.
I
We
think
can
the
make that
live
happen.
stream and then like every couple episodes just have like a slightly more structured talk about it.
We'll work it out. We'll work it out. We'll
Yeah.
make it happen. All right, Chili.
Shout out to, of course, Maelstrom Radio. Thank you for having us on. Shout out to Moogle Go Round, because we have had Maelstrom on it a few times. And a shout out, of course, to someone that's been here since we started this today, to Princess. Thank you for joining us. You're amazing.
Woo.
She's from my free company. She is amazing.
Wow, we didn't drive her off. Awesome.
No, she's been here the entire time.
We drove Shin off.
We did. The whole call
the
just
Skype, the call just died.
God, Skype.
So thank you, Princess.
Skype. What are you doing? All right.
I tried calling back and it didn't work.
It didn't work. Yeah, it just dropped it. Anyway, you know, it's the end of the show.
Skype's having problems.
It's fine. Let me just do this. Watch.
Oh my god. I'm shocked.
That's
Anyway.
fine. God. Klaus?
Well, I want to say thank you again for having us. Really do appreciate it. Gonna, of course, plug our show, Phoenix Down Radio. Like I said, you can check out the part one of this out on our website, phoenixdownradio.com. We do also have all of our episodes out on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, and like I said, out on our website. I want to shout out my co-hosts, Sarah, Chili, and of course Luna, who couldn't be here. She's doing the family thing right now, so we wish you could be here. We know you would have contributed a lot of fun to it, and we love having you on our show. So, and shout out to everybody who's listening right now. So again, thank you so much for having us on the show. This was a good time. I really enjoyed it.
Mhm.
Absolutely. Shin.
Yeah, we can give a lovely shout out to Phoenix Down Radio. Even though I unfortunately missed the episode 1 of this, I've heard that it's really awesome, and I'll have to go back and listen to it. But thanks for having us on, and thank you for coming on tonight. And just shout out, of course, to the Mummy of Darkness, Luna Vox, who couldn't make it tonight.
Yeah.
And
we,
I'm gonna-
actually, we kept Flatus in check for the most part on Saturday. I think
That's pretty
proud.
impressive. It is a
So-
full-time job.
I noticed. I don't know how you do it every week. You know,
He
I pray to Lava Scorpion.
it's probably right. It's probably what it is.
Oh man,
do
is
you
that like
drug
one
his
of those
beers?
old timey Pentecostal revivals where you like have them roll on the floor, writhing and speaking in tongues to Lava Scorpion?
Yes.
No, I just
Awesome.
sacrifice an animal.
Yeah.
Oh, I was hoping for the whole speaking in tongues thing.
Also, Valium and beer.
All right, I gotta get out of here because I hear my door knocking. So I'm gonna go ahead and do a quick shout out. I want to give a shout out to Phoenix Down Radio for joining us here on Monday. I know it was a tight schedule for a lot of the hosts, but you made time to get us meet with us on Monday, which I greatly appreciate. I know our time slot our time slot is a little sometimes difficult for people. Also, I want to give a shout out to of course Luna for not for she was we got to get her on soon. We may get her on for Roll RP, maybe with the Musecast hosts. Maybe.
Ooh,
That would be fun.
Yeah. So I want to give shout out to the Mommy of Darkness for and of course I want to thank my co-host Shin for putting up with me every week. And thank you all for joining us here on Maelstrom Radio. Shin, can you go ahead and do our all our socials?
Sure. You can catch us weekly live Mondays at 8 p.m. Eastern. Pre-show starts at 7:30 if you want to just hear us chat. You can come and subscribe to us on iTunes, Google Play Music, or Stitcher. Shows usually up by about Wednesday, depending on our availability and how fast we can actually get the episodes ready. You can check out our blog, which you can also subscribe to our podcast at www.maelstromradio.com. Email us your thoughts, opinions, yelling at us if you have a sick burn for Flatus, or if you have an awesome picture of him as a potato moogle. Show at maelstromradio.com.
I can't unsee that picture.
You're
Best
welcome.
picture. You can reach us on Twitter at maelstrom_radio, on Facebook at facebook.com/maelstromradio, or on Twitch on this channel at twitch.tv/maelstromradio.
All right. Thank you all so much. I'm going to go ahead and mute Discord so I can start playing some outro music. They didn't hear it, Chili. They didn't hear it. But Chili said, praise Lava Scorpion. So for Chili, I will drop that for him. I want to thank again everybody that came out and listened to this live, and I'm going to thank you to all of the people that listen to us on iTunes and Stitcher and all the other sites you can listen to us on. Thank you all so much for the support. We're less than 20 episodes away from 50, and we're excited about that, and we're moving closer. Next week we have a special episode about a player that's never played Final Fantasy XIV and how we can get them to maybe join the game. But until Sea Swallows all, keep listening.
Maelstrom Radio is a production of MaelstromRadio.com and Blackfire Media Productions. Final Fantasy XIV and Eorzea are trademarks of Square Enix. Opening theme provided by Benjamin Anthony James. You can find more of their music over at soundcloud.com/Ben773. Our outro is provided by Sodo. You can find more of their music over at soundcloud.com/Sodo. Views and opinions expressed on this episode are those of Maelstrom Radio and their hosts, and do not reflect the views and opinions of Square Enix. And until Sea swallows all, keep listening.